Why does Ctrl V not paste in Bash, Linux shell? When I copy something to the clipboard and press Ctrl V in Bash, nothing happens. However, right-clicking and selecting Paste does the job. Why? Is there any reasonable issue, I'm sure there is, behind this behavior in Linux?
In the days of physical terminals, session-wide clipboards did not exist. Only few programs supported internal copy/paste, often under the name of buffers or kill rings, and used various different keystrokes. For example, the Bash shell uses Ctrl-K or Ctrl to kill, cut, Ctrl to yank, paste. This comes from the Emacs editor. Ctrl-C almost everywhere in Unix was the interrupt key, used to cancel the current program or operation. The Ctrl-V key often meant verbatim insert, that is, insert the following character literally without performing any associated action. For example, a normal escape switches to command mode in the VI editor, but Ctrl-V, escape will insert the escape character into the document. The use of Ctrl-C to copy and Ctrl-V to paste from session-wide clipboard was introduced by Mac OS in 1983 and Microsoft Windows 3.x in 1990. Earlier Windows versions, 1.x and 2.x, as well as IBM OS/2, only supported the IBM CUA keys Ctrl to copy and Shift to paste. These shortcuts remain supported by all Windows versions. When GUIs with clipboard support finally reached Unix, the control key presses were already in use by many terminal programs. In addition, the X graphical interface had somewhat different mechanisms, selections and cut buffers. Even now you can select text in one program and insert it using the middle mouse button, without any explicit copy action. In short, by the time Sturm and GNOME Terminal were written, I'm guessing you used the latter. Ctrl-V already had a completely different meaning for many years and could not be changed. In addition, an alternative method of copying text, the selection, was already present in X11, so explicit copy/paste action was probably considered not as important as it would be in Windows. This means that different keyboard shortcuts had to be selected. For example, most modern terminal programs, like GNOME Terminal, use Ctrl-Shift and Ctrl-Shift. If you use Sturm, the same shortcuts can be added manually using the Sturm VT100 translations resource. RxVT does not have such an option. Most X11 toolkits also support the CUA copy and paste keys, which do not conflict with terminal programs. Unfortunately, the implementations are rather inconsistent. Ctrl's copies to the clipboard in most programs, GTK, Qt4, but ignored by ZA. However, Shift and paste from the primary selection in most GTK, Qt4 programs, but from clipboard in Firefox, and from the now obsolete cut buffers in the now obsolete ZA. All that said, some terminals or consoles, in particular, the Windows 10 console, do support these keys. As the Windows console always had a separate mark/select mode, Ctrl-C now also has two meanings based on context. In regular mode it sends an interrupt, in select mode it copies to clipboard, just like Enter used to. Meanwhile, Windows command line tools never really used Ctrl-V for anything, so it was bound to paste without disturbing much anything. Doing the same on Unix-like terminals, however, would be more problematic.
Use Ctrl-Shift for pasting. Control with other chars is usually used by the shell for special functions.
Here's your general-purpose copy-paste settings with popular terminals. GNOME Terminal, most popular on Linux. Copy, Ctrl-Shift. Paste, Ctrl-Shift. Note, select to copy and middle-click to paste also works, but it uses an alternate clipboard. Putty, Most popular terminal in Windows copy, select with mouse, no keyboard interaction paste, right click, or more reliably, shift right click. Note, apps that take mouse input, like Vim and links, can steal right click. Shift right click will always work in any app. Oz Terminal. Copy, a click. Paste, a plef. Note, apps that take mouse control, like Vim and links, may override what it means to select text, in which case copy won't work the way you expect it to. In those cases, hold down Ctrl while you drag the mouse to select. Mouse interaction with apps is disabled by default in your terminal settings, so most people won't even know about this.
It is a deep-rooted tradition that the control key together with a letter generates ASCII control characters found by subtracting 64 from the uppercase letter's ASCII value. This calculation maps Control A to 1, and so on. For instance, Control I is tab and Control J is line feed. There is no similar tradition for Control Shift. Control Shift V is not expected to produce any specific character. Terminal emulators must support tradition by transparently passing through the control convention, letting it appear as character input to the programs being operated through that terminal window. Terminal-based programs map control keys to commands. For example, Bash uses Ctrl V as a command, which means take the next character literally. This allows you to embed a control character in the command line. If the terminal steals control keys for its own use, such commands become unavailable. So intercepting Ctrl V for a meta function is out of the question, at least in a default configuration. However, terminal emulators are free to intercept Ctrl Shift V, which isn't expected to generate a character. Ctrl Shift V isn't a standard, it's a known terminal thing, which may be in some other terminals. On X-based Unix desktops, the convention is that no command is needed to copy. You just select the text, and the middle button pastes that text elsewhere. You will find that it works in Sturm, GNOME Terminal and Firefox alike. Ctrl V is a Microsoft Windows convention, which is an imitation of Apple V from the Macintosh.
If you want to have more please share some slide